I've been terrible with my video updates, trying to keep up with everything, just too many little things going on at one time. I think the last video I was powder coating and I had the intake manifold in the oven and the door wasn't quite big enough to close. So I baked it half in, and I turned the bottom burner on and baked the bottom half, and then I turned the top burner on and baked the top half, and then I pulled it out and turned it around and baked the top half and turned the bottom burner on and baked the bottom half. And the chrome did flawless like that. It came out looking beautiful. And I took it out and I flocked it with the copper and put it back in and repeated the process, and it was looking really good up until about the last 20-25 minutes. And then the middle of it, which unfortunately I didn't get video of it, I got pictures on the videos, but the middle section right here, which was closest to the upper burner, it got too hot. It got up to about 525 degrees, and I guess the copper is a little more sensitive to the color than the chrome was, because it turned yellow, like yellow and gold instead of copper. So it was nice and copper out here on the edges, and then the middle right here was yellow, and then it went back to copper. I guess it was kind of cool looking. It was two-tone, but it wasn't what I was looking for. So heated it back up today, hot flocked it again with the copper, and of course because it was going over gold instead of over chrome, the part that got reflocked is darker. So it's got, you know, up in the engine bay, I don't think you'll be able to tell, but it's actually darker here than it is out on the edge. I think it's going to look fine. It certainly beats, I think, trying to get all this powder coat off and starting from scratch. I think once you get it in the engine bay with the shadows, you won't actually be able to tell. So it looks pretty good. So it's just kind of set on here. It's not actually hooked up. The fuel rails are hooked up. The valve covers are on. But this is just set here. I've got a thread cleaner. I'm going to rechase all the holes, make sure there's not any powder in them. I've got fresh gaskets on, so we'll put the intake and the throttle body back on. I got to paint the throttle body. It's just going to be flat black. I can't powder coat it because it's drive-by-wire throttle body, and so I'd have to take all the electronics off, and it's not a good idea. I don't think I'd get it apart and back together properly. So we're just going to paint the throttle body black with some engine enamel, bolt it on. And then we got to figure out this mess of vacuum wire. So that'll be the next thing I'm doing on the car. Alternators put back together, powder coated. Did not want to try and powder coat the AC compressor. I've heard there's a lot of stuff in there that would go bad in the oven. Got fresh belts, so I'll be putting fresh belts on AC and alternator real soon. And then once I get that mess of vacuum wires and electrical wires, or vacuum hoses and electrical wires figured out, this thing will be going back in the car, which is still sitting over here. Little progress made lately trying to wrap everything up. The new gas tank is here, so got all the old heat, sound damper, insulation, whatever was in there. It looked really good, but it was an open cell foam, which typically doesn't do a great job at killing sound or heat. So I took that out, put the closed cell foam in. It doesn't look nearly as good. It's the type that you can roll out. You can see there's a bit of a diamond pattern. The harder you roll on it, the more it'll emboss away. But these panels are pretty flexible, so I can only roll on them so hard, but I think it'll be fine. So gas tank is securely mounted in. Cut a opening for the new filler neck, which is in a different place than the old one. The old one was way down bottom there. You can see where I insulated over it. I've actually got a close-off panel I made. I'll bind on there. And tomorrow I'll be making seat brackets so that I can get the seats mounted. And then once the seats are mounted, I can start trying to fit everything in around them. So that's kind of where I am. I hate that I didn't get a video of the two-tone intake manifold. I've got a picture. You can find it on the forum. It doesn't really matter now that I've got it all figured out, so, or all recoated. So Hopefully making progress. The radiator has the studs bonded on, so, and the plates have been powder coated, so I will rib nut those on soon and have the radiator mounted and out of the way so that I don't damage it. So that's what's been going on.